The video will begin in a moment. Click the links in the description below to get your copies of my books today. The Shadow Angel Genesis is the story of a vampire who has spent 500 years serving as the Vatican's personal monster hunter. The true story of Mrs. Claus is a wholesome but creative reimagining of a character who is well known but often overlooked. And keep your eyes open for my upcoming murder mystery, the South Bend Dark Frog Murders. Thank you for your continued support. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Robert Canter. Today we'll be discussing what I hope to see in the upcoming video game, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Now, before we get too deep into this, I need to point out that there's a lot of stuff going around on the internet, and I don't know how much of it is real. What I'm saying here is just my own personal opinions, so take it with a grain of salt. I think I speak for everyone when I say that I hope that this game has the largest collection of playable canon and non-canon Dragon Ball characters ever assembled in one game. Now, I'm forced to admit this may not be an entirely realistic expectation, especially if they're making all these character models and things from scratch, but a man can still dream. When you think about it, Tenkaichi 3 has Emperor Pilaf, Grandpa Gohan, Android 8, Mercenary Tao, Garlic Jr., and Dr. Wheelo, amongst others. As an advocate for the canonization of Android 21, I want to see her in the game, preferably in Majin form. I don't know why they never added it to Xenoverse 2, even if the form was purely cosmetic. Arale was in Tenkaichi 3. And after effortlessly humiliating Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super, everyone wonders why the Z Fighters didn't recruit her for the Tournament of Power. In my less than humble opinion, it would make a very hilarious what-if event if we actually saw her fighting Jiren. In my review of Dragon Ball Super Superhero, I voiced my disapproval of Cell Max. I'd like a what-if story where we see what would happen if Cell actually came back from the dead and started training like Frieza. Now, I know I shouldn't be talking about what-if dream characters when there are so many canon and non-canon Dragon Ball characters we'd like to see in the game, but another one that crossed my mind is Krillin the Destroyer. Do I even need to say anything? In Xenoverse 2, there was a playable character called Supervillain Yamcha, which is Yamcha brainwashed by Toa to become more powerful. I think it would be hilarious if we got a what-if story where Yamcha decides he's sick and tired of being the butt of everyone's jokes. As I said at the beginning of this video, I'm sure we all want this to be the largest collection of canon and non-canon playable Dragon Ball characters ever assembled, but we don't always get everything we want. Making all these character models from scratch and recording all the voice lines and everything takes time and money. Then there's the issue of transformations. If we have all Goku's different forms in canon, from base to Ultra Instinct, that is a grand total of 7 different forms. And then there's Vegeta and Gohan. In a lot of Dragon Ball games, Gohan is available in 3 different ages, never minding the transformations. In some of the more recent Dragon Ball games, villains like Frieza and Cell didn't get to have all their transformations as playable characters. If that's going to be the case, what chance do minor characters like Kui and Apul have? That's all I've got to say. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and if you really want to help this channel out, click the links in the description below and buy my books.